If you want to see me create my first look using the Elizabeth Arden Holiday Blockbuster set for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we are going to play with the Elizabeth Arden set today. This is the 2020 Holiday Blockbuster set from Elizabeth Arden. I also did do this reveal last year, the unboxing, the first impression, and so on. And I will put those videos right there for you. A few from last year, but also this year's unboxing if you are curious and you want to see everything that is in the box itself. In this video, I am going to focus on makeup application. And for that purpose, you've already seen them. I've got two brushes here. I did use one of them already. I used this angled brush, which is new for this year, with one of the blushes from last year because this year's set does not include blushes, highlighters only. So I did use kind of the rosy blush from last year on my cheeks already. I did also use the lip pencil from last year on my lips, so I had a little bit of color coming on camera for you. But this video, I'm going to be applying at least one lip product, definitely the face palette, and then one of these guys. And I think that I am going to go after the more colorful palette. Let me just show you the two. I'm going to go after the more colorful palette, which is this one, because the swatches were not as I expected for this one. And so I really want to see what it's going to look like on the eyes. And then the other one is more of a neutral, and I think that there were fewer surprises with this one. And so I'll put it right side up. And so I want to wait on this one. So given I'm going to go with the more purpley burgundy palette, I am going to end up putting on the plummy color lipstick pretty much right away. So if you haven't seen or don't remember these lipsticks, I do like the fact that they are square packaging. So there's this purple one, Mulberry Bush, and then this other one is Sangria 43, and that's this one. Okay, so I do want to put on the lipstick, so I'll do that right now. The palettes do have a mirror, so I'll be using the palette to do that. I'm just going to apply the lipstick right away, trying not to make any funny faces. And I have some dry patches on my face. It's mask wearing, so my apologies for that, but my skin is getting pretty dry. I tried to redo the foundation on that side 3 times. And then I just decided that's what my skin is today, and so that's life. They're very creamy, but not too creamy that they're just sliding all over. Yeah, really comfortable to wear so far. We'll see how it goes by the end of the video, but I'm happy so far. Okay, so that's a start. There's color on my face, that's a good start. Now, as far as my face, you can see the eyebrows. They're coming at you from a mile away. Of course, they'll tone down once I have color on my eyes, but to set my primer, which is the NYX Eyeshadow Base 03, I did use my Pan That palette. I've got Wheat and Desert as a mix on my lids. That's what I do for every single look, so this is not different from what I've done before. And here is the palette. I have, like I said, swatched it, so that's why it doesn't look pristine. And I do want to tackle these colors here because the neutral leaning colors are not the ones that were problematic, although this one was weird. It's supposed to be a khaki, but it looks kind of gray, so it's strange. All I'm going to use in doing this look is the 2 brushes that have come to me from Elizabeth Arden. And those are last year's angled brush and this year's shadow brush, which I find is pretty cheap looking. But we'll try. So I'm going to use this one secondary and primary this one because this is the one that everybody got who has ordered this, this set. I'm going to stop talking. Let's just get to applying. And I think that I'm going to try these colors. I'm going to try these 3. So I'm going to put this in the crease, outer lid, and inner to center lid, maybe 2/3 of the lid. I think that this is going to be an interesting combination. So let's start applying, and I'll stop yakking. And if you have a preference for a second look, please let me know what colors you would like to see in a future look. For the Lancôme set, I did 5 looks, and I'm planning on a 6th one, so don't be shy about asking what kind of colors you would want for this colorful 8-pan or the more neutral 8-pan. All right, so I'm going in. And as I've done in previous videos, I am going to only do one eye and then finish the other one off camera to save you some time. Okay, a little bit more. The opacity of these is not huge, so it can take some building. They are quite powdery, so for some people that turns them off, so I'm just mentioning it. Okay, and I'm going to go with that same brush and on the lower lid, outer lower lid. Okay, so that's the base color, and we can already see the difference between the 2 eyes, so that's good. I want to go now into the purple, so I'm going to go into this one in the crease and outer lid, very powdery. I'm going to tap first. Now, what I was worried about with these colors is that they would show up at first and then fade away as I tried to blend. So we'll see what happens here. Because in the swatches, that seemed to be happening. And I was a little bit concerned about it. Wow, my skin is so dry. That's wild. Okay, so I've got it pretty much all the way as far as where I wanted to go. I went way higher actually than I thought I would, but it looks good, so I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to go again with that color on, and I have to tap it. It's very powdery. Let me just show you. You see the amount of kick up on the pan? And I've already picked some of it up. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but I do want to let you know because some folks hate that much kick up. I like Anastasia shadows, so I don't mind kick up. And Subculture is one of my favorites, so obviously I'm okay with kick up. All right, so that's purple. That's purple. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. And I'm going to leave the kick up for the other eye because there's a lot. Now I want to go into, I'm going to be careful here, into that kind of taupey, shimmery taupey color. And like I said, I'm going to stay with the brushes that came with the kit. So I'm going to just take off the purple and go back in with that taupe color. And I may very well use my finger for part of the application. So just dipping my brush in, and let's see if I make a mess or not. It's not a very precise brush, but it's a soft enough color that I don't think I can really make that much of a mess. Okay, I'm going to go in with my finger and just bring a little bit more bling to the look. Okay, that doesn't look bad at all. It's going to add to the intensity a little bit. Okay. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Let me look in the other 8-pan palette. I want to see if there's a decent brow bone color. I think there is. There's quite a light color. that will look pretty good. I'm going to put this color on the brow bone. So let's do that. And that should do quite a good job. Now I'll use the angled brush just so I don't have to wipe off the other one. And quite a bit of kick up as we've talked about before. Okay. Turns out I have to wipe off that brush because I need to go back into the purple a little bit because I went a bit too far down with the brow color. So I have to be super careful not to go too high. Actually, I think I'm going to go with the that light taupe and just try to soften that up a little bit. Okay, I think that did a good job. All right, and I think I'm going to take a clean brush and just go underneath and take a little bit of that purple off. I think I went a little bit far on the outer lid, wiping off some of the fallout with this was the brush from last year from Elizabeth Arden. So there's quite a difference between the size of the brush, the ferrule, the handle. Yeah, I thought I would mention that. So the brush quality went down for sure year over year. Okay, I am not mad at this eye look. I am going to go off camera, do the same on the other side, and then finish up the look with you. Okay, both eyes are done. And I have a few thoughts on the eyeshadows. Let me just grab those palettes. Nothing much to say on the neutral side because I only use that brow bone highlight, which I think works just fine. But when it comes to this one, let me just put it right side up. I am going to say that this color was fine to work with, as was this color in the crease and this one on the inner to 2/3 of the lid. But two things. So on the plus side, if you are nervous about color and you're always worried about depositing too much color, this is extremely friendly as a palette for you. Because it really, if you need to blend something away, it will blend away quickly. If you need your eyeshadow to, you lay it down and you expect it to stay there no matter what else you're doing, I would say there would be no guarantee that that would work. So these shadows blend away to nothing quite quickly. So you would want to be very precise in your application and even go in 2 or 3 times to layer it to have the staying power that you might want. I mean, I was able to blend away product pretty quickly, pretty easily. So if you make mistakes, they're very forgivable. You can fix it without having to redo your makeup. So from that perspective, nice. If you are someone who wouldn't mind reapplying during the day, this may very well be a palette that you would be quite comfortable with. Or if you're someone who just likes a wash of color, this would work. If you want major intensity, an eyeshadow primer would be a must for sure. A tacky base for the color to kind of cling to. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Is this a nice, appropriate, professional, nice looking look? Yeah, it's a little bit of almost like a smoky eye feel, and I'm not mad at it. It's just layered, built. It's quick. It's quick to build the layers, but it is still a layered set of shadows. Whereas with some other company brands that I've used, you're going in with the brush once and you have the color payoff that you want. So it just depends on what it is that you want. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It's just finding the set that works for you and your preferences. So this is going to be a light wash of color, and building it up will take some intention. So before I finish up the eyes, let's just put on some face product, and this palette was really hard to open. If you're scared of breaking a nail, beware with this palette. You might want to keep a makeup spatula or something handy to be able to open it. So this is the face palette, and since I'm using a purple, I'm thinking of doing a combo between these two. So I'm thinking of putting this one almost like a highlighter blush, and then this one higher up on the cheekbone to have more of the highlighter effect. So let's try that. So I'm going to use the fluffy brush from last year in the rosy tone so that there's more of a distribution of the color. Woo! Okie dokie. A little goes a long way, as they say. A little bit more. It does show texture, but that's not surprising for a highlighter. Okay. Seeing a little bit of inconsistency here. Just going to take the angled brush and just even it out a little bit. That's strange. They look a bit different. Okay, well, anyway. And now, let me go to the angled brush and pick up some of the more bold, iridescent highlighter, icier highlighter, and I'm going to go up high, right on the cheekbones, and give myself an extra bit of glow. I try to have the placement I want and then kind of blend it out. Did I put enough on that side? Yeah. Okay, so there's the highlighter. And that really hard to open palette. And I think the lips are fine, so let's go to the eyes. Now there was no liner that came with the kit this year, so I'm going to use the Clinique Pretty Easy liner. It is a liner that I'm trying to finish up, so why not? This is what the tip looks like. It's very, very fine. But at the beginning, it did skip on me when it was very new, and it was a very wet consistency. And so I'm starting to like it more now than I did at the beginning. At the beginning, I thought, why are people raving about this liner? It's just a big mess. But now it's working really well. And it's a good thing because it's not a cheap liner. I have a bunch of fallout on my face that I'm going to have to clean up. Oh, went a little bit too big on that line right there. So I guess if you have hooded eyes, you may like this one because it might not transfer because it really, really dried quickly. This fallout is driving me crazy, so let's just take care of it. I did wipe off my brush, so I'm not going to have highlighter all over the place. Okay. Now, do I want liner on the bottom lash line? I think so. I think I'm going to grab a purple liner from Urban Decay. I think I'm going to pick Empire. Or is there a purple from... No, I'll pick Empire from Urban Decay. This is one of my favorites, and it's a very pretty deep purple. I think it's going to go well with the look that we have going on right now. So just opening up that neutrals palette, and let's put some on the lower lash line, waterline. Last year there were, if I remember correctly, there were 2 liners in the set, a black eyeliner and a natural lip liner, which is what I had on at the beginning of the video. And this year, no liners, no liners. Okay. And now, as I talked about in the intro video, I did receive this mascara from Elizabeth Arden in the set, but it's too pokey for me. I poked my eyes multiple times last year using this mascara, and I can't. It's just, my eyes are worth more than, you know, having to give away a mascara. So I'm going to use the Perversion mascara. I haven't used that one in a number of days, so let's use that. I like the brush on it. So we'll do that. I'll try to open up the eye a little bit with the lashes. I always find mascara really finishes a look. Okay, there's one coat on one side. I won't bother with the lower lashes because I feel like the liner is doing enough for the lower lash line. Oh, I have a little mascara smudge on the side here. I don't want to do too much with the second coat because it's already wanting to clump up, so I am done. Let's see what we look like here. I think it's looking okay. I am going to go and do some setting spray off camera, and let's talk about the final thoughts on this look. And here we go, the final look. I did use the MAC Fix Plus as my setting spray, and it's a kind of a deluxe sample I got, not too much left. And I did want to go over the liners. I also did do off camera a black liner. I just reapplied. I had a black liner called Zero from Urban Decay on the upper waterline, and it's right here. So that's on my upper waterline. Lower waterline and lash line is Empire by Urban Decay as well, and then that is the Clinique Pretty Easy. I just thought I would give you a quick line. It's a very precise liner. I just went a little bit crazy with the thickness there, but I mean, it's not crazy, but it's thicker than I was looking to do. Anyway, what do I think of the look? I think it is very wearable. I think it looks quite fetching, more than I thought it would. So it's a good color combination. I would not be concerned about going out in the evening with this, going to work, doing something, some sort of a formal event, assuming that purple would be an appropriate color for the venue and the event. But it's a purple, but it's a very approachable purple. It's not you know, bright in your face purple like many looks that I've done on this channel. I am going to wear this look throughout the day and see how it goes and have some thoughts, but when we go back to the palette, and so looking at these colors and the look I created, I would argue that the shadows that I used are true to color on the eye. Let me know what you think. I'm a little bit surprised. I really thought that this one was going to fade away to nothing, but at the same time, I'm going to have this look on today and just see what the wear time is like. And I did put setting spray. I have to keep that into, or put that into consideration, because setting spray did not come with the kit. Anyway, that is it for my first impressions. It's better than I thought it was going to be. I'll say that much, because last year was a little bit tough with some of the shadows. And let's see what happens. I will definitely keep you posted and give you an update as soon as I can. And I am looking forward to doing another look with this set, probably still with this palette, because this palette is the one that I really want to test out. I think the neutrals are always a lot more forgiving and perform better than colors, especially when it comes to burgundies and purples. They can be problematic. It's not as stable of a color as straight up neutrals. So yeah, stay tuned for that. There will definitely be more of these types of looks on this channel. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any requested colors, please let me know as well. I would appreciate knowing what it is that you are hoping works out well in this kit, or what you have doubts about and we need to check in on. But with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.